the one that is often ignored. The mental handicaps. The fragile. That's why.
Every nurse is a mental health nurse, no matter where they work. OB to a memory care unit. And we don't have enough emphasis on mental health, I don't think, in our programs because there's so much else. But you need those skills no matter where you work. My biggest goal in nursing, actually, and as an educator, was to destigmatize mental illness. And this was a wonderful place for that to occur, for students to see. They may have a lot of fear around mental illness, but pretty soon, after they've been here maybe 2 or 3 weeks, all of a sudden now know John as John and versus that man with a mental illness, and they form relationships. And at the end of the 5 weeks, they didn't want to leave. And so I got to see that transformation and the power of relationship.
Like everyone who has some sort of mental issue of some kind always puts up some kind of like boundary, some kind of wall. Or those that have like some form of mask over what they actually are. I think behind the mind, as far as picking students, is to see what that side of the fence was, and not to try to push my wanting to, but to see what the other side of the fence was like.
To try and look at a person spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and recognize that all these systems are integrated, and so that we don't think of mental illness as something different. There's brain involvement, neurotransmitters, neural pathways, just like there is heart disease, and we should be looking at it all the same. We're one body, it all influences the other. I think people look at it differently because there's behaviors attached sometimes that are frightening to people. But our students, the students who've been here either from Clackamas or any other school, have familiarity, and they know what people's lives are like, and they're not afraid to engage.
Community practicum at Maybelle Center has contributed a lot to the holistic side of my education, learning to practice authentic empathy, learning to meet people where they are and not be judgmental, having that experience to lean on as I move forward. Putting that to work and having boots on the ground is way easier to connect the dots of what you're learning in school to what you actually will be doing in the field. So my experience at Maybelle Center is invaluable to that piece of changing my personal medical practice, and hopefully other students will take that with them too as they move forward in their career.
By providing the services that Maybelle has provided, what that's meant to the Old Town community and Portland in general, the impact on thousands of people, both the volunteers but on the people whom we visit. I think there's really no way to measure it. There wouldn't be.